program schedule for a special report from ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And we're interrupting the view today as the city of Chicago remembers fallen police officer Andres Vasquez Lasso.
We have a live look for you at St. Rita of Cascia Chapel, Chicago's southeast side. What you see here are hundreds of police officers assembled into formation by district as a procession begins from the funeral home and goes to the church. And the body of Officer Lasso is reportedly approaching now.
For here, of course, deeply rooted in dignity and honor and reverence. In this moment, we'll be watching this funeral, and of course, this hour, likely the next one too. We watched this funeral procession begin at Lamb Funeral Home. The presentation was there yesterday. We've watched it move here over the course of the last 45 minutes to an hour. So, live picture on the ground right now from the church as the formalities continue. And 45-minute drive, 6 miles from here, and as Tanya just mentioned, the body of the fallen officer just to arrive now.
Sounds good.
Let's listen to the bagpipes as they approach the church. And the drum line, Terrell, as you said, an honored and revered tradition in the department as they get ready to lay one of their own to rest. The last time we found ourselves in this situation was in 2021 when Chicago police officer Ella French was killed during a traffic stop in West Englewood in August of that year.
We see the hundreds of officers, first responders, firefighters, city, county, and local departments, and officers from all over the country gathered here today. You can see the hearse there. It's live from Chopper 7. It's about to pull up now to the front of the church. Under police escort, also a police helicopter flying low overhead.
We've seen many scenes like this over the course of the last week or so since Officer Vasquez Lasso's death on March 1st in Gage Park. On that evening, officers and first responders lined city streets to escort the ambulance carrying Officer Vasquez Lasso's body to Mount Sinai Hospital, and then after his passing, from Mount Sinai Hospital to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. Again, we saw the same thing on Friday. Just as you see today, officers lining streets, along with members of the Chicago Fire Department, citizens of the city of Chicago, stepping out to pay their tributes to the fallen officer as his body was taken from the medical examiner's office to Blake Lamb Funeral Home in Oak Lawn, where our procession today.
Saw much of the same tribute within the last hour or so as Officer Vasquez Lasso's body was moved from the funeral home here to where we see it, and along the way in the procession route, we watched as residents, community members, families all stood outside, some saluting, others holding hands, locking arms. The Chicago Fire Department paying tribute at many intersections along the way. As we watch the hearse here now, arriving to the front of the church.
Chicago police tweeting overnight, "We are grateful for the heartfelt support pouring in from community members and fellow first responders from across the country. Thank you to everyone for joining us in honoring Officer Vasquez Lasso." Indeed, we do have members of policing departments from across the country who are present here today and have been in the days leading up to show their respects and to offer their support to Officer Vasquez Lasso's family, colleagues, and friends.
So huge lines at the visitation for Officer Vasquez Lasso, Blake Lamb Funeral Home in Oak Lawn yesterday. We've seen pictures from the Chicago Police Department, powerful moments, officers saluting his casket, 5-year veteran here. His casket then draped in the Chicago flag. Cook County deputies, of course, are gathered in the Chicago Fire Department. Many mourners here, hundreds, to pay their respects to this 32-year-old officer.
Governor Pritzker has ordered at all public buildings across the state to fly at half staff through the end of today in honor of Officer Vasquez Lasso.
Of course, a very solemn moment.
And the precision with which each movement is executed, a critical part of this ceremony here to lay Officer Vasquez Lasso to rest. He was born in Cali, Colombia, but grew up in the same district where he worked, the 8th District. is joining us this morning. It's the slow procession into St. Rita of Cascia Chapel in the Ashburn neighborhood. The body of Officer Vasquez Lasso, draped in a Chicago flag, is being carried into the shrine, where the funeral will take place, is scheduled to begin very shortly. His casket making its way from the Blake Lamb Funeral Home in Oak Lawn this morning, running east down West 103rd Street, greeted by many in the community who stepped outside to salute his casket as it drove by. The procession then turning onto Southwestern Avenue, headed north until about 77th Street, where we are right now, as we await the beginning of this funeral home. And as you see here, the hundreds and hundreds of police officers have assembled in formation outside of the chapel, and we expect they will begin to proceed inside, as many as will fit, very shortly.
And we're seeing first responders here from all over the country. Some we know have traveled all the way from Texas to be here, from Canada to be here to support Officer Vasquez Lasso's family. Stephen Shrivers from the Dallas Police Department said that as a family, as brothers and sisters in blue, this is what we do. We support each other. That's why we're here right now. Similar story from the hundreds of officers who are here today.
As we mentioned earlier, Officer Vasquez Lasso was born in Cali, Colombia.
The Holy Spirit, que la gracia de nuestro Señor Jesucristo, el amor del Padre,
And we expect much of the service today to be conducted in Spanish.
El día del bautismo de Andrés pusimos agua sobre su cuerpo. Y ese mismo día lo consagramos a Dios. Esta misma agua hoy la ponemos para recordar que Él ahora pertenece a esa nueva vida, a la vida eterna, que Él ya participa con Cristo de la gloria en la eternidad. Oremos juntos en esta Eucaristía para entregar en la presencia de Dios a nuestro hermano Andrés.
Father Andres Beltran is presiding. He is the family's longtime priest and is an associate pastor at Saints Genevieve and Stanislaus Bishop and Martyr Parish, Montclair.
Hacia ti, morada santa, hacia ti, tierra del Salvador, peregrinos, caminantes, vamos hacia ti. Venimos a tu mesa, sellaremos un pacto, comeremos tu carne, tu sangre nos limpiará. Hacia ti, morada santa, hacia ti, tierra del Salvador, peregrinos, caminantes, vamos hacia ti, reinaremos contigo en tu morada santa, beberemos tu sangre, tu fe nos salvará. Hacia ti, morada santa, hacia ti, tierra del Salvador, peregrinos, caminantes, vamos hacia ti. Somos tu pueblo santo, que hoy caminamos unidos a tu gracia, tu amor nos guiará. Hacia ti, morada santa, hacia ti, tierra del Salvador, peregrinos, caminantes, vamos hacia ti, tú eres el camino, tú eres la esperanza, hermano de los pobres, tu amor nos guiará. Hacia ti, morada santa, hacia ti, tierra del Salvador, peregrinos, caminantes, vamos a